Look at that. And then look at this. And more graves. That is bad, isn't it? Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we are in Kiltenon graveyard. Lots of Celtic crosses. Some beautiful little vaults or mausoleums. And we're going to start right here with this one. And this is actually a vault, but it is completely covered in ivy. And I think there's one here and possibly one there. This is the roof of it. See blackberries and ivy. I presume that is the entrance that we can't even see. But what I might do is go around this side and see if there is anything to be seen from the other side. Now this is quite an interesting place because we have all these beautiful mausoleums, but we also have these flat graves or grave slabs that are put together to so you can walk your way around the cemetery or the graveyard. This is Mrs. Colleen, memory of her beloved husband John, 1892. It says pray for the soul of John, son of Charles and Margaret. And we have more names just here. That one there would have probably been the original one. I do see an age 32 and an age 27. So that was her daughters Mary and Margaret, who died respectively February the 21st and April the 21st. 1897, age 32 and 27. So just a couple of months apart. So this one here, as I said, this is the vault or mausoleum. We call them vaults, I think, that we started at. And not only do we have lots of ivy, we also have a huge tree growing up through it. Now, I don't know where the front is. This could be the back of them. These are totally overgrown. It's probably the worst I have seen regards vaults. We have a grave slab there as well. Wow, look how bad that is. I don't know, maybe that is the front of them. Look at that. Can't even see through it. And then I presume this is another one. All there and under the ivy. Let's see if we can find, looks like Clancy, in memory of Michael Clancy. Also his wife. Ugh. Their son Michael died in the USA August the 29th, 1956. So it's not that old. Mrs.
1877.
Carey then. There's a Thomas Clancy. So it was a Thomas. It just says died October 1924. These are not that old to be so overgrown. But one of them died in the USA. Like, that's how thick that ivy is there. Completely covered. Wow. Ow, and a thorn just got me on the finger. That was sore. So this one then, as we move down along, is the family vault of Thomas Nash, 1906. Big iron door. This one is not as bad as the other two. But like, you wouldn't even know there was a vault under that, would you? Wow, the graveyard just gets worse and worse. Wow, there's something... Do you know what's happening here? Look at this. This is bad. Just have to be very careful where we're walking. That one there, look at that. Can't even see a name on it. There's a plaque there, but it's too overgrown and we can't get into it. It's too dangerous to even try.
The door's over here, under the plaque.
Oh yeah, can't even... Can hardly see the door at all. Wow. This one then in here. This one here actually looks like it's fallen. That one, I can only imagine the mess that's inside there. It would be very bad. I can imagine the damp and the water that would be just sitting in there. We've another one there, look at that. Should have been a tree growing out of there. That's in a bad state. And then we've this one just here, lying forward. Be interesting to see if we can get around to that one. We've huge brambles that we're trying to get through. And it's not great for walking through. Any name? No. It's really too hard. That was ivy, I'd have some hope of pulling it down, but that is pure thorns.
Michael something black. Michael Black, is it?
And I can see a George, I think.
Michael Black, yeah.
Like, I'm thinking that must be really, really old, but then when you see 1930s there on another vault and it's that overgrown, maybe it's not that old at all. This is very, very dangerous here. I'm going to try and get around without, oh no, without falling. Oh, okay, I'm up. Oh, gosh, look at, I bet you that's another one in there. How did they get this bad? And another one here, look at this. And more graves. That is bad, isn't it? There's another one here. Ivy all over it. Don't know whether this is the front or the back. Look at that for a mess. We've more grave slabs there. Those ones, the writing is almost completely gone. Just about eroded in time. And nature is certainly taking over here. This one is kind of like it's been whitewashed. Seems more of a modern style. And this one is in loving memory of Anne Cleary. 1958, her daughter Stella, and all other family members. We've erected by, looks like Michael.
McInerney.
McInerney, I think it is, Kilcree, 1904. So Kilcree, as I said, was the little village we've just left. Right guys, just bear with me for 1 second and I'll turn you back on again. Right guys, so this one we can actually see a coffin there. What is that?
Coffin covered in plastic.
To me that looked like it spells vault. F-A-U-L-T, no? But it looks like plastic. It's completely covered in plastic. And on this one, We have flowers, almost in a glass dome, but almost still fresh. We have a coffin there. Well, it's a coffin handle, so it's probably been tossed over to one side. These are all like artificial flowers. But that is the shot of inside this mausoleum. Oh, we've another coffin there on the far left, I think. Just there. But that to me, that word, when I seen it first, it looks like F-A-U-L-T, but I don't think it is. It's turf.
Turf.
This is an old plastic wrap off bags of turf that they sell here in County Clare.
To preserve the
To
coffin.
preserve.
You can see the shape of the coffin.
You can see the shape, yeah.
Up the very top. See it up there.
Up here.
This.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So it's completely covered. I don't think I'd want my coffin covered in like a...
Immortelles there.
Yeah. In a plastic covering. But I suppose it probably preserves it. Right, so that was that vault. Wrapped in what we figured out was like turf. Bags of turf come in that sort of a plastic. So these are the little grave slabs I'm talking about that are done in such a fashion that they are like stepping stones. Most of them at this stage have no, like, there's no names on those now. You can barely see on some of them, but the rest over years and years of people walking on them and stuff. That was one of the vaults. So they are at the back of the vault. So the front seemed to be towards the wall. This too is the back of a vault. Then when we came here, it was in such a bad mess. Look at that. And then look at this. That is not in the best of condition there. This is Fitzgerald. Clifton House, Kilkee, Charles Fitzgerald. June 1967. And Elizabeth, 2009. Like, look at it. It was hardly still being used in 2009 because it is... Don't know whether that's even picking it up on the camera, how bad that is leaning. Wow. Maybe you'll see it that way. You can see it there, all right. That is bad, isn't it? Wow. That there is actually another vault we looked at. There is an inscription, but I'd imagine that's what's wrote here. We have a Dennis Fitzgerald, 1950, his wife Jane, 1981, their son Colum, 2007, Mary Doherty Fitzgerald, October 1958. But, God, look at this. Like, see the slabs? I wonder, was this an entrance or something? So that's what we're walking on, and that's how dangerous it is if one of those toppled over. But certainly this is going to go another few years and that'll be down on its side, unfortunately. So we will try and get back out. So I'm just going to actually give you a look at all the grave slabs. And it is unfortunately what we're walking on, because there is no way around unless you walk on them. And as I say, we've spoke to locals, and that is why they are done the way they are. This one is readable. Erected by
Mrs. Creighton.
Erected by Mrs. Creighton in memory of her beloved husband, Malcolm.
Malachi.
Erected in memory of her beloved husband, Malachi, who died 1878. So that one you can read. But the rest, very, very few. Some you can see slight writing, but the majority of them you just can't. Now there is, I think, a well in here. I think it's St. Senan's well. So this one is actually quite interesting because they have come and laid a new plaque over the grave remembering Conor Sullivan. Died the 4th of July 1866, aged 48, his daughter Kate. Died May 1884, aged 31, Conor's wife Mary. 1903, aged 72, Patrick, son of Conor and Mary. August 1906, and his unrecorded siblings. So that was a good idea. So we've Lieutenant Jack McSweeney here, the 5th Battalion, killed in action with the IRA, 7th of August 1922. His mother is here as well, Elizabeth. She passed away in 1940, aged 68. So Lieutenant Jack McSweeney. So we have another, I don't know why the vaults attract so much ivy. Whoa, nearly went again. This one is surrounded once again by ivy. And like it is, as I said, it is beautiful, but it will absolutely pull down those walls eventually. No name can be found on it. Unfortunately, it's like just a door made of tin, and I'd imagine in there's a little hole there, all right, but it is just pure ivy that you'll see inside there. I'd imagine whatever coffins are just ivy going through them. We've another little one of these mausoleums. I don't see a name on it. I think that may have been it, erected by, no, nothing on the door to say who it is. Nothing up here. That's a shame. You can see the way the ivy, look at that. That goes right through the inside.
You'd wonder, is it protecting it or destroying it?
It will destroy it. At the moment it's okay, but eventually it will pull it down, you know, as it grows. Japanese knotweed, do not cut. And I know a little bit about that. My father is a gardener, and it can cause bad rashes. Oh, this is St. Senan's well, just here. And for those who don't know and who have asked me before what is these little wells, these are Irish blessed wells, water. People come to pray, people leave trinkets, they take the water home. Some say that they have cures. So sometimes you see a lot of little statues. We have a picture of our Lord there. Little statues. Sometimes they'll hang rosary beads out of them, say a prayer. And often you will often see photos of people. Now the water is not for drinking, but it does hold water, blessed water. So the well would have been blessed by a priest. So quite interesting that it's just here in the graveyard. Now, what we think,
I thought that was a hill.
Over there is more vaults. I mean, I'm kind of a bit annoyed.
They're like, you could use the word camouflaged.
Excuse me, this just annoys me that they're so bad. And if you've watched my channel, we have a video. It'll either be up now or it will come up soon. about a man taking care of his vault and getting in trouble by the local authorities, which to me is ridiculous when you see a place like this absolutely, completely overgrown.
All they're worried about is the Japanese knotweed.
Yeah, and not the people that are
And not the people.
buried. Yeah. So this is Bridget Queely, ní Blake. We can't get in here. Walter, her son, 1942, 1891. I mean, if somebody else wanted to go into one of these vaults, which they're entitled to because it's their family, you'd never get them in there because you cannot get around to even attempt to bury them. Kind of makes me cross when you see beautiful places like this that are obviously forgotten, but obviously no one is coming to visit those vaults that are completely overgrown. And I understand families move away, they pass on themselves, but surely a local group would come in, or a historical society would come in and look after the area. So we've just come out on the road to finish up the video, and these are the vaults that we couldn't get in. You can see one just there in the middle of your screen now. Beautiful stone vault. Another one there. It doesn't look too bad, but we can't get around because of the briars. Look at that. And that one there.
Thomas Tuberty.
Any date. He was 72. His son is there as well. Thomas.
14.
Or 1814. It's very hard to see it. But that's what I'm saying. There's 3 there. 1, 2, 3. And I think there's definitely more.
There's one at the back.
Yeah, and I think there's one beside it there as well. So behind the ivy, there's another one. And at the side of it. Right, so I'm going to leave the video there. But I have to say a special thanks to Ollie, my son Ollie, who actually found this graveyard and did a little bit of research in it. So thank you, Ollie, for your research and finding this beautiful graveyard, although it is very, very overgrown. Have you anything to say, Ollie?
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video.
Thanks, Ollie. Okay, so say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
Okay, guys, that's it. If you liked the video, as Ollie said, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. But for now, take care. God bless. And I'll talk to you all again soon.